Hi there. Welcome to this Breath of Fire tutorial. I'm Michelle, and I'm so glad you're here. This is Little Gray. Looks like he'll be joining us for some or none of this practice. Okay. So, Breath of Fire is a really incredible pranayama practice. It's used in a lot of kundalini and tantric hatha yoga practices. And it's a type of Bhastrika breath that's a bit more refined. And you can do it for a bit longer than full Bhastrika. So, a few things what you'll need to practice breath of fire are some tissues. Basically, we're going to be breathing in and out of the nose rapidly. And you might want to just blow your nose to start, because if you don't, you will likely have to very soon into the practice. So you can do that now. And that's all you really need. It's nice when we're practicing any breath work to sit up. I'm sitting up on a cushion. You can sit up on a meditation cushion if you have one. You can use a folded blanket or really just anything. You can sit in a chair if you're most comfortable. Having your hips higher than your legs releases the psoas down, so it's a lot more accessible to sit for longer periods of time if you have your hips elevated. A few contraindications if you are pregnant or if you are a person who menstruates and are currently menstruating, please don't practice breath of fire. And the reason for that is because we're working with the energies within and around the body when we practice this type of energetic breath. And in both of those circumstances, we want the flow of energy to be downward, to go with the aponic flow of energy. We don't want to, gather the energy at the navel and send it up in those circumstances. So please, if that is you, you can watch or you can come back to this practice when you're ready. So to begin, first we're just going to get the feel of the rhythm. And it's really important during Breath of Fire that we have a relaxed belly. And that is very difficult for a lot of us who have been holding their bellies tight for some or all of their life. So to start, dropping in, find a comfortable pose. And just start with some long, deep breaths, relaxing the belly. And as you inhale, seeing if you can send the breath down into the belly, pushing your hand out on the belly. And as you exhale, doing the opposite, pulling the navel to the spine to exhale all the breath out. So try that a few times and see if you're able to access this breath. So many of us breathe into our upper sternum or upper chest, our shoulders go up as we inhale, and then we just sort of collapse as we exhale. And so if that's you, that's okay. That was me many years. We're just relearning. We're relearning how to breathe, how to breathe diaphragmatically. So take a few breaths, breathing deeply into the belly. And exhale, drawing navel to spine. Good. One more breath, just like that. Inhaling into the belly. Shoulders relaxed. Exhale, drawing navel to spine. Good. Now we're going to inhale for that same amount of time through the nose, but exhale quick through the nose, drawing the navel to the spine. So you're really using the muscles, your transverse abdominis plane. So try that a few times. Inhaling deeply through the nose. Exhale quick. Navel to spine. That could be breaking your brain, and that's okay. If you've never done this type of breath before, or if you're still learning it, it takes time. So practice with me. Inhaling deeply. Exhale. Good. Again, inhale deeply into the belly. Exhale quick, navel to spine. Good. Next, we're going to just pant like a dog to get used to a quicker rhythm. We just want to go a little bit faster if we can. Again, if that's breaking you, stick with the pace that's most comfortable. But now through an open mouth, we're going to pant just like, we would as if we were pretending we were a dog panting. The key here is to use this muscle, the transverse abdominis plane muscles, as we're panting, pulling in the belly on the exhale. That's the most important part. So see if that's what's happening. Now, so many of us are paradoxical breathers when we first do this, and we just, our brains can't handle it, and we're right. We're like inhaling on with the emphasis on the inhale. And so if that's you, it's okay. Catch yourself. See if you can reverse. Exhale, pull the navel to the spine. Good. Take a break. Take a few recovery breaths. I know this can be a lot. Good. Now we're going to try that same rhythm, but through the nose. Okay, and if you haven't grabbed those tissues, you probably want them at this point. Here we go. In and out through the nose, rapid rhythmic breath with an emphasis on the exhale. Okay, so try with me. Having your hand on your belly can help. You want to make sure as you exhale, your hand is moving closer to you. I'm exaggerating right now how far in my belly is going for the purpose of this tutorial. Feel free to come in and come out of the breath along with me. This is a really powerful breath. What we're doing here energetically is we're gathering all of the flow of energy that's going downward, the aponic flow of energy, the upward flow of energy, the pranic, and we're gathering it together here at the solar plexus, at the navel. We're concentrating the energy here so we can have it accumulate here, which is extremely purifying, extremely energizing. And it's actually neutralizing for the brain. It doesn't actually make us hot, or it shouldn't, contrary to the name. It's actually a more neutralizing breath. So it's a really powerful technique that we're doing here. Continue along with me. We'll speed it up just a little bit for those of you who want to try. If not, please go at your own pace. Rapid rhythmic breath through the nose, emphasis on the exhale. Here we go. If you are getting dizzy at all, just back off. Once you perfect the technique, you won't get dizzy. As you learn, you might a little bit, and that's okay. It can be part of the learning, but it's important that we don't get very dizzy or get lightheaded. So if that's happening, just take a few breaths and come back in. As we perfect this breath, we do it to about 3 breaths per 1 second. So that can look more like this. Okay, and if you're not there just yet, that's okay. Maybe if you're a little bit more advanced in this practice, that's where you're at. But the most important thing is to keep a steady rhythm, not how fast you go. So if as fast as you're going as you start this practice is just like this, great. And stick to that rhythm until you realize, whoa, okay, I can go a little faster. Okay, so now let's try about a 3-minute practice of breath of fire. And we're going to involve the hands here in kundalini techniques and kundalini kriyas. We use breath of fire a lot, and we'll use other parts of the body, like the hands and the arms, to help direct the energy and to help stabilize the energy in different ways. So we're just going to use a few different techniques here to move the energy from the navel to the heart. So interlace the hands and pull just slightly at the fingers, creating just a little bit of tension, sitting up tall. Tailbone tucked slightly under, chin tucked slightly in, elongating the back of the neck, and really feeling the presence of energy at the navel. Begin breath of fire here with me now, and go at your own pace, please, to what you feel comfortable. Having the hands in front of the navel like this is focusing the energy, gathering the energy at the navel. Where the mind goes, energy flows, right? So having our hands here is kind of acting as a little magnet for our energy. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the muscles of the face. Good. Now keep going with your breath of fire. Move the arms straight out to the sides, palms up. Continue. Focusing your energy at the center of the chest, the heart center. Sternum slightly lifted, arms strong. Stay with it. This breath acts like a catalyst, helping move the energy up the spine, directing it where we want it, right now at the heart center. Good, good. Stay with it. And now continue your breath of fire. We're going to move the arms in, create a little triangle with the hands, with the fingers, right in front of the heart center. Continue with your breath of fire. Thumbs facing inward towards the heart, sternum lifted, concentrating the center of the chest. Just a little bit longer. This is our last position. Hang in there. Bringing your mind back to the heart center. Good. Now take a deep inhale. Gently pause the breath. Collect all the energy at the heart center. Hold the breath. And when you're ready, exhaling all the breath out. Hands come down to the knees. Sit very still, very quiet. And just tune in. Notice how your energy has shifted inside you, maybe around you. Tuning it to the heart space. And resting your energy here. Good. And gently coming with the eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me in this tutorial. We use breath practice in a lot of the yoga that I teach and that I practice in kundalini and tantric techniques. So really getting this technique down is so important um, to practice and to changing your energy really quickly and swiftly in a really incredible way. Thanks again for joining me. I hope to see you soon. Sat Nam and Namaste.